I've been working on the antique phones. I got them all done, and they're ready to be mounted to the wall, and a wire ran. They both work good. So the only thing wrong with this older model was this right here was missing a metal disc. You can see a shiny black in there. That's a thin metal disc, and I had to make it based off the one that was in this one. This one was a complete phone, and it had that disc in there. That's the original disc. So it's a thin metal disc, and I measured the thickness with my calipers, and I found out a piece of ductwork like this was the exact right thickness at 12 thousandths of an inch. So I cut it out, traced it out, used this one as a pattern, and then painted it black, put it in this phone, and it works perfect. So now both phones can talk to each other. I have my batteries inside, as you've probably seen before. And these phones have a schematic on the back, both of them. And they're slightly different from each other, but they are pretty much all original, except for the batteries. They take 3 D-size batteries at 1.5 volts. As you can see in the old original diagrams, they show 3 batteries. The old batteries were the same voltage, 1.5 volts, but they're much bigger. I mean, look how big this thing is. And that's just a regular D size, because I only had 2 of the antique looking batteries. Them are replicas. They have D size batteries in them. Anyways, this is a magneto, and when you turn that, it rings the other phone's bell. So this is your receiver, on and off the hook. So the batteries are being used whenever it's off the hook like that. You can talk into this, and you'll hear your voice come out of there if you have it jumped out inside the phone. Right now I don't have it jumpered out. I have them connected to each other with line 1 and line 2. That's how they are, just for testing, and they all work. So a little history on these phones. These are Western Electric. Western Electric made this one first. This is an older model. This was 1909 to 1911. They made this one, and you can tell by the cutout. And it's a little bit longer than this one. This is slightly newer. It was made between 1911 and 1916. And I did a bunch of research to determine that. So other than that, they're almost identical in many ways. There is one different function on this phone. This phone originally had a push button right here, and that's like a little wooden piece that goes in and out. It doesn't work anymore because somebody took the switch that would have been mounted in there where that button pushes in and out, and when you push on that switch, instead of ringing the people on the line in your community, it would ring the operator for out-of-town service, and then the operator would connect you to whatever city you're trying to call, and that city's operator would connect you to the person you're trying to call. So much different back then compared to what we have now. I polished one of the bells just to see how well it would polish up. Polished real easy, cleaned up real nice with a little bit of Mother's mag polish. I'll do both bells on both phones eventually, but you can tell what the original finish looks like being unpolished. It's just dingy and a little corroded over time, but I'm sure when these phones were new, the bells were just as shiny as that one I polished. So yeah, they both got all original wiring. It's pretty amazing. They still work. But you would be on a party line, and you would ring each other through a series of rings by cranking the bell. So anybody and everybody could hear your conversation if you were to pick up. But if you wanted to know if the phone call was for you, it would be how many times the bell rang, how long and how short. I guess they had a code system. So it'd be like 1, 2, and then a short one. Maybe that would be your number. So it would be like 221. I don't know how you'd want to call it, but that's how they knew each other was calling. A long, a short, a long, a short, whatever. So that's a little more history on them. So they're ready to be hung. And I'll have one up in the dining room where all my antiques are. And I'll have one down here, probably on the wall right over there. So if I want to call upstairs to Marilyn, I can. And so that's pretty much it.